one. Yeah! Welcome to Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show where two friends unwind with the topics that make us hot. My name is Richard Pucci, and I'm with the amazing Joy. I'm a real content creator, podcaster, amazing person, Nickens.
I will send you my credits shortly.
I was like, I don't know what's. I'm like, I have no idea. I was after a while. I was like, I don't know.
It's okay for now, but I'll tell you later.
All right, I, my this is my first time using this headset.
Yeah, I see that it's new.
Yeah, I was gonna say the audio is definitely coming out with my little set, right?
hmm
Okay, cool. No, Cupid, he killed the end of the other headset. He like stepped on him, which of course was
Oh,
my fault. So yes, so because of that, he purchased new ones, and he was like, "These ones work,
Aw.
right?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, it's fine." He also, my computer was sitting on the couch, and he went to go get a blanket, and it knocked the computer off. And I went to go
Wow.
start my computer, and it was like, eh, eh, eh.
Wow.
Yeah, so my computer was dead, and I looked up what the beep code was, and I was like, oh, it's loose RAM. So I opened up my computer and I put the RAM back in, but if not, then I almost had. I was like, so yes. So I fixed that. Otherwise, I would have had one more thing. We got a Rodney. We got a wild Rodney has been spotted. Hello, Mr. Rodney.
What is up?
How about you, Ms. Joy? What have you been up to?
I'm hearing. Oh God. Oh, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been chilling at home. It's been great. I enjoy it. Uh, I'm well. If you guys can't see, maybe you probably can't see it. I'm trying to use my DSLR for the webcam this time, and I don't like that you can see the info on there, but it is what it is. It's a work in progress. So I've just been updating my stream. I've been updating my desk here. I got all the equipment thus far. All the lights on my PC work now. I got them connected and figured out. I actually got some new books yesterday, and I wanted to show you this patch I got. And then we can, and then I guess we'll get into the meat and potatoes of what happened today.
Yeah.
Let me just put this.
Oh, Mr. Rodney is saying, yeah, is there any way to turn that off? She was futzing around with it before.
I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it, and I hear something in my headset, and I feel like it's like it's annoying. But I feel like it's because I went to grab something on the other side here, and I pulled too hard, and I feel like that messed up my headset.
Aww.
You hear it too? Do you hear it, Ricky? I hear it. I don't know if it's me though, because I haven't really moved that much.
I don't hear it.
Lordy. I'll show you this pouch I got. I bought some comics, and shout out to Anyone Comics, because the man, the myth, the legend, the man who owns the store literally rode his bike to the house to hand deliver these comics to me. And I was like, oh my God. And it came, not say it came with, but I wanted this. It comes with this patch, and it says "Bi Blitzers," and it says bisexual,
Ah.
bisexual, centennial. I mean, celestial, biennial. I'm sorry, Jesus
But
Christ.
bisexual celestial guards, 39th resistance unit.
Yes, thank you so much because I can't read for shit. Can't read for shit. And I got these books. I got the avant because I'm just showing them now for some happiness. The avant gardes.
Oh, I love that.
I have never read it, but I can't wait to read it.
I love that name.
Volume 1, Volume 2.
Ooh.
This is the new one. Volume 3.
Okay.
I can't wait to veg out on those.
Yeah.
I also got Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Ooh,
This is
Spider-Man with a little spice.
yes. This one is like the third trade. And then I got a bunch of Bitterroot. I got 8, 9, and 10. All of these. Pow. And then last book is Death or Glory. And this was really good. This one was like a really awesome one. This one's by the same guy that did Deathly Class.
Okay.
Rick Remender. So yeah, I just want to dive into comics this week.
Okay.
Honestly, because you know, the bullshit that's happening.
Yeah, you kind of want to be unplugged. You don't want to. You want to go analog, as the kids would say.
Yes, and I do
Yeah.
have my alcohol right here.
Okay. You got your alcohol. Cupid drank before I got home. He drank a whole bottle of wine. He was unwinding a little bit. Mr. Rick Brown is here. He says he doesn't hear the clicking anymore. Apparently, the clicking is now gone. So
I hear it now. As you were saying it happened.
I wonder if it's me.
I hope it's not me. I hate this. If it's not me, I haven't really touched my headset in a while.
Okay.
But now I hear it's like
Oh, I hear it too. It's like a hum.
annoying. Let me see if I can switch it.
Yeah, it's like a slight hum. Rodney was like, "Okay, it's gone again."
Annoying.
Oh man, oh man.
Switching headsets.
Oh man, oh man. Mr. Rick is here, and he was in an important state. It sounds like a high-pitched thing. Like, That's weird.
Headphone.
Hmm.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just changed it. Hopefully the clicking is not there again, but if it is, I don't understand it.
Interesting.
Lord.
Rodney says it's like she's rubbing her finger across the mic.
Oh, and I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
Because the mic is right here in front of me. And my headset has a mic on it, but I didn't touch it.
Yeah. To me, I was hearing more of like a hum, like a.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, so what is your drink today?
It is eggnog and rum chata.
Eggnog rum chata. Because Halloween is over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. All right, so just to let you guys know, I sent a picture to Joy of what I was for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I have the capacity to be able to show it on here, I'm like, I didn't prep for that. So here is a picture of me on Halloween.
Yes.
I was a flying monkey.
Flying monkey. Monkey.
And a whole bunch of people, we all did Wizard of Oz themed. And so 3 hours beforehand, 3 hours that night, I did all the stuff to do that. So that is what I was for Halloween. People were happy. Covfefe alert. One more.
Covfefe alert.
Yeah, Covfefe alert. Uh,
Why?
one more this week, and I think there were some last week.
Oh,
So yeah, just one more. So Covfefe alert. There's more.
oh God, damn it.
That has been Covfefe alert. And Rick says it's back.
Mm-hmm. Covfefe's back. The sound was back. Jesus.
Oh my goodness gracious. So, oh, and Ronnie says, "Oh, I know. The cat's just chilling on there." Uh, so all is good. All is good. I'm just taking my showers when I get home. When I get home, I strip off all my clothes, take my shower. Uh, right now, before I was feeling a little congested when I first got home.
Mm.
So like I'm just like, please just stay away from me. Just stay away from me.
Mm, Lord.
Just because I'm getting to the point now where like as stuff gets like as people start getting added to the list, like I'm just like part of me is like I just want to be protective, and I realize that he doesn't like he knows that it's coming from a place of like love, but like he's like, oh, and I'm like, no. So it's hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do
I feel
you do you have some struggles with that as far as like being afraid of somebody else bringing it in?
yes. Um, when baby goes to work, it's the same thing. Like, luckily, she usually works alone.
Yeah.
But if there are people there, they've all been kind of like either around each other or they've been in one location.
Yeah.
So same thing when she gets home, instant like sanitation, like wash her hands, take stuff off, instant shower.
Yeah.
Um, I did that today because I went outside. I went home and I voted. I went to like Wawa and I did stuff today.
Yeah.
So when I got back here, I did eat dinner because I was starving. But then right after that, I was like, all right, look, gotta go to the bathroom, gotta poop, and then instant shower. So I wash my hair, wash everything, wash
Yes.
my face, all that stuff.
The hair thing is the thing that freaks me out. That's why I wear a Hello Kitty hat like
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. I'm just like, and then the hat just stays in the car. The hat
Mm.
stays in the car. All my masks stay in the car. My visor stays in the car. I scrub down my visor when I like right before I leave. So that's
Uh,
good. And I also I try to remember to do my phone all the time. My
mm.
poor phone is probably so damaged. I'm just like,
I mean, we do that too. Like when we come home, we have the Lysol spray, but we
yeah,
also have like an alcohol like spray that a concoction that she made
yeah,
where we spray our masks down, we spray like our stuff down, our phone, we wipe it down. It's like, yeah, my phone, wallet, all that stuff. I touch keys,
yeah,
like
yep.
so. I mean, after this point, it's kind of like a routine.
Yeah, see, but that's the thing. That's the thing that I think is so funny because like I am working in like a like I would say like a COVID like a medium COVID environment, you know?
Mhm.
And it's funny though because Cupid on the other hand, when he goes out to like go shopping and stuff, he doesn't think about that sort of thing. And I'm like, I might be in a worse situation, but like at least I like do the you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like as far as I'm concerned, I'm like you're riskier than me.
Mm.
You know, like
That's why no matter, like, I don't go out that much. Like, I literally go out maybe
yeah.
once a week
Mhm.
to move my car and to take baby to work, move my car, come back.
Yeah.
I still shower like I was out there for 5 hours. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know. And even today, I went home. My mom, she got it back in April.
Yep.
And I asked her about her, like, how is she doing? Because, clearly I haven't been home in a minute.
Yeah.
And she was just like, nah, everything's fine. Like, she's before, well, so before, I'm trying to think of how to introduce this. So back in April, my mom got it.
Yeah.
Then things were good. Like, she was going to work. All she had was like the mild fever and like the chills and stuff, but nothing crazy. just recently, she had discovered that she had cancer cells in her breasts.
Okay.
So she's now dealing with that. And she just got the surgery like last week.
Okay.
Right? Last week? Or probably like either last week or 2 weeks ago. Probably last week though. And she's good now. And today was her first day back to work. But she was like, before that, I was like working clearly, and I was getting tested every week, and every time, and even before the surgery and all of that, she kept getting tested because they had to keep testing her because she went to Riverview.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, everything has been negative thus far. Like, I haven't had any issues since. And I'm like, okay. But me talking to her, I didn't take my mask off.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I ate food, but me and her were distanced.
Yeah.
I ate my food, and I was like, I'll put the mask back on, but because it's not even about like for me, it's really like her now.
Yeah.
Because now I'm someone who hasn't been around her in like a long time. So I'm kind of like, all right, let me just keep my germs to myself and all that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, she's
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, it was
Oh, I'm
out of the
sorry.
blue,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Like but she's doing better. She's having a better spirit, and we're gonna see about the whole like chemo thing and radiation and all that. But
Yeah.
it's better just kill it now. Try to kill whatever's in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Do all the things to get it. Yeah. You gotta do combo stuff. They have a plan, and they have a plan, and they know what they gotta do, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll take the best route. So
Yeah, and everything has been pretty streamlined. She was saying how because of COVID, she was supposed to I'm sorry if this turns into my mom real quick, but that's what
yeah,
has been
that's
happening.
okay. Yeah.
My mom was like, honestly, she was supposed to get a mammogram back in April, like March and April, but then COVID happened, and she was suffering from that. So she was like, I couldn't do the mammogram. But she got the mammogram back in September, and she's like, well, wow, like, could you imagine maybe if I had it a few months ago, we would have caught something a little earlier, but it was still early.
Yeah.
So she's just like, honestly, it's a blessing that she is married to someone that does have great insurance. Like, because she's like, the bills for this, like, just to do this and to be able to have a doctor, a female doctor, be seen right away, and within the next day or two, bam, we have this. Next
Yeah.
day, bam, we're going to do this. Next week, bam, surgery. Like, it's been so fast. So, yeah, she's just like, it's a blessing, honestly.
Rodney says, glad your mom is doing better.
Thank you.
I was gonna say that is definitely a blessing that they caught all the stuff, and the Kofefe stuff is that boom, and
Mhm.
take the other thing one step at a time. Mr. Chris has some bad news. He
Oh,
says
God.
so far, four of his coworkers have had it since March. One died. One can't taste or smell anything, except for really spicy or super sweet. One had no symptoms, and one was sick for a day, and that's it.
See,
So that's the full. That's literally like the full range, and that's crazy because you don't know. You don't know how it affects a person. You know.
yeah, that scares me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
I know. Yeah, and that's the scary thing about this in particular, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, oh my gosh, the health oh my gosh, there's so much healthcare stuff.
Hmm.
Oh, the stroke shot was 59,000.
Could you imagine one shot, $59,000? That makes no sense.
Oh my.
That's why I'm like, America is already fucked up on so many levels. Like, that doesn't make sense.
You know what? I got to counteract this.
Okay, look at Boo. Look at Queen
Hi.
Joe.
All right, you can meow at Rick's dogs, okay? No? Okay.
Yeah, it saved your life, thank God. But Jesus Christ, $59,000.
Yeah.
How are you gonna pay that off?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Ooh,
That's
ooh,
insane.
ooh. But you know what? Thank God.
Yes, thank God you're still here. But Jesus Christ.
And Rodney is just like, yeah,
God. See?
Ooh, ooh.
Is her eyes open? She's just like, I am cat.
It's so funny. She turned away too. She's like, I can't deal with this. She's like, you're public. Your public's not for me. Look
Oh,
at that.
wow.
She's just like, mm-mm.
You put the
She's like,
camera on me. I'm not ready.
yeah, she's like, I'm done. I'm done with this. Uh, her eyes, okay. So the thing about her too is that she has a tendency of, like, when she blinks, when she's tired, like it looks like it pains her to like take a nap. Like her eyes just like straight up look like this. They're like,
Like, go to sleep.
it's like that looks painful.
I want
Um,
to send you. I want to send you a song. It's called "A Lullaby for a Cat," and I want to see if she actually falls asleep to it.
Probably knowing her, she'd be like, I don't need to listen to that to go to sleep. Like she would do the opposite. She's like, ah. She's been really weird. I put away all of her toys. She takes them all out, and then she doesn't play with them. She just takes them out. Chris said 2 words: charity care. Hey, laugh out loud.
Okay, charity care. Okay.
um, let's get started with some topics that make us hot.
Mm.
All right, and I can't wait and later when you have me listen to that thing off air because they're gonna monetize this video. I hate monetization.
Oh
You can't
yeah.
you can't play shit for like 2 seconds.
No.
I had a 5 second video that had the song "Party in the USA" and like it was in the style of a Vine, so it was like 6 seconds, and they monetized that. I'm like, that's like 6 seconds. Like, oh, I'm like whatever. All right, so. Oh wait, I don't have a thing for the one I wanted. Okay, movies. Our roulette of fun is movies. Did you see any movies, Joy?
Yes. Over the weekend, Bibi and I saw the Adams Family, like the old version.
Yes. Oh, the 90s version? That's great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
We saw Klaus or Claus, Kraus, one of those. Klaus. We saw Hocus Pocus,
Yeah. We saw Hocus Pocus too.
and there was something else we watched. And I think there was those three, but Bibi might say something else and be like, it's another movie. But it was really good. It was a nice Halloween-ish like time. Oh, we saw The Witches.
Oh, the new
Oh,
one or
both of
the
them.
old one?
Both.
Okay, okay. You went the whole gamut.
Yeah. It was great. Like those are mostly all movies I've never seen before.
Really?
Yeah, never seen them.
Wait, which ones didn't you wait, which of
All of them.
Really?
Dead serious. Like I never I mean
Never.
no, never saw. I mean, I literally am so deprived. I've never seen any of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you haven't seen Hocus Pocus. I can't believe you haven't seen Adam's Family. Now, did you watch Adam's Family or Adam's Family Values?
Adam's Family.
Okay. Because there's a sequel to it, The Adam's Family Values. Very funny. That's a great movie.
Oh yeah, no, never saw it.
Mr. Rodney says, how is the new Witches? Because he loved the old version.
The new Witches is blackety black. Like the boy, the grandma, they're black. The narrator, their narrator. Okay, so first of all, the narrator is Chris Rock. So it has this everybody hates Chris type feel from the jump. And I just didn't care for him being the narrator.
Okay.
They put the movie in like 1960s era, but they addressed no Jim Crow at all. Like they didn't address slavery. I'm sorry. They didn't address racism.
Yeah.
Mildly, but they didn't really address it the way that probably should have been addressed. And the premise was still there where, you know, the witches are there and they're going to turn kids into mice. But the witches never took off their faces. They just have these crooked, like, Joker smiles.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was just like this. It was like someone slashed them, and then they could open their mouth really wide, but it wasn't like they took their mask off and it was like a scary ghoul witch face. Anne Hathaway was okay in it. Like she was mean, but nothing to like. I'm gonna be scared of this Anne Hathaway white woman. Like she's okay. What was the other thing? There was something else in it where she just and Stanley Tucci was dope. Like Stanley Tucci, it was basically like a The Devil Wears Prada reunion, but Anne Hathaway is the bitch, and Stanley Tucci's just like the oh yes right away, ma'am. Like he's the hotel manager. Overall, like it was okay. They did okay. So the only other reason why I watched this was because I had a friend. I have a friend in England who told me to watch it and like compare the two.
Yeah.
And she was saying that the new one stuck to the original book.
Okay.
But the old one was a lot scarier.
Okay.
I'll say. This new one wasn't that scary.
Well, also it came from a Roald Dahl book, right? It was Roald Dahl, the Matilda
Yeah.
guy. So yeah, like so it's more like a yeah.
I mean, but also the boy in the first movie, he has a name. This one doesn't.
He's just boy.
He's just Hero.
Okay.
He has no name. I'm like, but the white boy was named Luke in the first one. How come he just can't be called Luke or something? And in God, in this one, in the old one, he lost his parents and he wasn't in the car. In the new one, he lost his parents and he was in the car with them, which was odd because like we watched the old one and then right after we watched the new one.
Yeah.
So that's why I have it so fresh in my brain. Like, oh yeah, this is what happened in the old one. So what's gonna happen in the new one?
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, they did some changes, but overall, the old one was also really great with the special effects.
Yeah.
The new one was trash with the special effects.
So the thing that I wonder about that, so I wonder how much of the special effects they were waiting to do, but then Kofeve happened, so they weren't able to do it to the extent that they wanted to. Like I heard, I didn't see it, but I heard that the movie about the Baba Ba Legacy, what's it called? Other witch movie.
Oh, The Craft?
Yes, I heard that the Craft Legacy, the special effects were really shitty. And like you have to wonder if all the special effects are kind of really shitty because of Kofeve happened. And so people weren't really able to give stuff the time and attention that they meant to. Like they kind of just had to go with a working version of it, you know? Like, oh, okay, like I get what they were trying to go. Like this would have been great for like 2007.
But not 2020.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of the reason why I think a lot of the special, like, I kind of prefer practical special effects as opposed to CGI.
Yeah.
Like, bad CGI is really bad. Like, bad practical effects, like, still kind of work. Like, as far as, like, oh, this looks like a burn. Like, we're going to just, like, like, we're going to do special effects makeup and it's going to look great. And it does. Like, oh, we're going to CGI this. That looks really shitty.
Yeah.
Like you could have done 1,000 times better if somebody had like some makeup and some paint.
Yeah, because in the example that I'll give is the way that they turned the children into mice. So I didn't know that was the premise of this whole thing. So in the old movie, the children, they shake like like they do the whole fast pace fast forward their effects, and then smoke comes out, and then they go, and then the camera is like, oh, and then eventually the clothes fall to the ground, and then a mouse comes out. This bullshit in the new one was just like this dramatized. The kid drinks the potion, and then he farts in the air, and then the camera zooms in on his face as he's in the air, like, oh! And then the gas comes out of his mouth and gas comes out his butt. And then when the child jumps, like when he goes down to the ground, it's like then cut jump, and then you see that it's a kid, like a mouse
Mouse. Yeah.
with the clothes. Like, oh, I'm sorry, the child disappears into the clothes in midair, and then the
Okay.
clothes fall down while all the clothes are smoking, and then when the clothes fall down, then the CGI mouse comes out, and you're just like, the old one was better.
Yeah. Oh.
Huh.
Oh my goodness gracious. And then I was gonna say, Rodney said, "Well, I'm guessing it's because it's a PG movie. They didn't want to address." I think that has to do with like
The
it's
racism.
probably about, yeah. I was gonna say about the racism, like really sort of affecting it as opposed to like glossing over it, like the Princess and the Frog, like oh.
Ugh. Ugh.
But 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 those are the the good white people that still go to the black-owned business because you have the best beignets in town.
No. And the prince wasn't even black. Like, I feel like we had a show about this. I feel
Prob
like we did.
we told I was gonna in our 127 nightcaps. It's there. Oh yeah, it's absolutely there.
Because he wasn't even black. And I was like, his whatever country he's from is not even a real language. So why?
Ah! Oh my gosh, Rick Brown says the best special effects movie was King Kong in 1933. Is that like the hand that goes through the window?
Because that reminds me of the Universal Studios ride that was there, the King Kong. I miss it. It's not there anymore, but good times.
Oh, so wait, they got rid of that because I know they also got rid of Jaws, I think, right?
Yes, they did.
And I think because I watched a video on like Defunct Land, which I've talked about him before on the pod.
Mhm.
It's not even a podcast. I just called it the pod. Um, like I don't know, I'm dumb. So Defunct Land, they did a big thing about the Jaws ride, and apparently it was like incredibly expensive to run that ride.
Oh, I've been on it like once. It
It
was
was
crazy.
Yeah, but it was like like it was expensive to run that ride because of all the moving parts.
I mean, they changed it into something else now, but it's not the yeah, it's not really the same.
um, and then Rodney, as far as ooh, uh, Rodney watched The Phantasm and The Thing on
Hmm,
Halloween night.
nice.
I watched Halloween night or the night before Halloween. Um, what was I watching? Oh, I was watching. I watched Halloween. I think I watched Halloween 5, Halloween 4. I was watching Halloween 4 and I fell asleep and I woke up and it was the tail end to Halloween 5.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
the next movie that was on was this was AMC channel. The next movie that was on was Misery, and I fell
Okay.
asleep during Misery because
Sheesh.
this is like going into like this is like it started at like 1 o'clock, and then so at like 4 o'clock, I was like 4 or 5 o'clock. I was like, I'm not watching Misery.
No. You probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. And then as I was saying to Rick in the chat, Rick said that he watched Whatever Happened to Baby Jane and Doctor Strangelove twice. And all I have to say is Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, I like watching that on Valentine's Day cuz I mean, you have to love the love between two sisters. But me and Cupid, we were watching Doctor Strangelove right before Joy sent me the text message that was like, we're doing this tonight, right? And I was like, oh fuck. Like I was like nodding at I was okay, so I was laughing, I was nodding out, and I was like I was I was honestly, I was totally falling asleep. But not because it wasn't a great movie, but because
Mhm.
everything is just so like I was just so tired today.
Mm.
So the So as I stated in chat, the part of the movie that we were like just got past was when the president of the United States was talking to Russia over the phone, and spoiler alert, there was an accidental order for like 38 like sort of B-52s to drop nukes in Russia.
Wow.
And so, like, the president just calls up Russia and it's like, "Yeah, no, I have something to tell you." And they're in the war room and he's like, "Yeah, we are accidentally dropping uh
Oh,
like
accident.
38 megatons of nukes at these designated locations." And he's like, "No, you don't understand. You don't." And then, like, the president of the United States was like, "You don't understand how we feel about this." And it was just like, it was so absurd. Um, and I'm guessing, Rick, you were watching that through Turner Classic Movies. Uh, I'm,
Probably.
I'm like, I've been on a Turner Classic kick as well.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so that's movies. Rick says it's a hilarious movie. I'm happy to hear that. And
Have you seen it?
it's on our list of 100 greatest movies of all time that we have.
Never seen it.
Oh my goodness! I gotta say, you know what I'll do? I'll take a picture of it. I'll
Mm.
put it on our Discord.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll post it on Twitter as well.
Mm.
Um, and so game wise, I've I rehooked up my PlayStation Classic, and
Hey.
I put a crap ton of games on there. I kept on like texting Joy photos of like, I'm playing Parappa, I'm playing Malami. I'm like, PlayStation Classic's awesome. And then I was just doing a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid, which I was so happy about because it's been such a long time since I played Metal Gear Solid. I never played the
Mm.
remake, so it's literally like I played Metal Gear Solid, back with the regular PlayStation, and that's basically it,
Mm-hmm.
Such a good game. Uh,
Metal Gear Solid.
Merkin Muffley, that's the president, right?
Merkin Muffley.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the president.
Interesting.
That's the name of the president.
Hmm.
Um, oh, you should play Busta Groove 1 and 2. I downloaded because I just wanted to see if would work. I downloaded I put Dance Dance Revolution 1 on the PlayStation Classic because I have a dance pad that's USB, and luckily, one of the programs that the USB, or not blah, 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 that the PlayStation Classic, like when you break into it, one of the programs actually makes it so that way the dance pad actually works for the PlayStation Classic. So I can,
Nice.
yes, but I don't. And then in my mind, I was like, they need to make a PlayStation 2 because there's so many PlayStation 2 games that I really love. Like if I'm talking about like what sort of shaped me, I'm like PlayStation 2 is definitely it as far as like the survival horror games. Like I downloaded Clock Tower. I haven't played it yet.
Mm.
But like as far as like old school like games that sort of changed the way that I game, that would be like PlayStation 2. So I was like, "Oh man, they need to make a PlayStation 2, classic." And they're like, "Oh, it's probably not going to happen," or blah blah blah. But I'm like, "Wait a second. Why don't I just get a PlayStation 2 and then like break into it and then put what I want on it?" And I was like, "I can do that." And then I was like, "Oh wait, if I still have my PlayStation 2, I could just do that already cuz all the software stuff." I'm like, "Ah, except for I can't go to my parents' house." So I'm just like, well,
Oh.
I can, but I don't like want to
Mm.
because it's probably in the closet. Oh, but I so that is my big thing. I'm like, "Oh, I could just do it myself." And I saw like some people were like selling like broken systems. They're like, "Oh, just give us the list of the games that you want and we'll do it for 150," which actually is not bad.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's not terrible
No.
to like have it already be done if you want it to be a lazy butt, which but no, I'll do it myself, even though it scares the shit out of me, like hacking into stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, Rodney says Yeah, just get swap Magic and burn PlayStation 2 games.
Sure.
I was gonna say, maybe, maybe because I know that there's a way that you can use a USB and burn some stuff uh, to the memory card, or you could get it already pre-done by somebody else on eBay. And like if they have like I watched a guy do a video about like he's like, yeah, see the seller, they sold like 3,000 of these. Like he's gonna give you good quality. I was like, sounds good, and it was only $6. I was like, awesome. Um, he's like, it's preloaded, blah blah blah. So yeah, so that is what I've been doing game wise. How about you?
Um, I've been dabbling in Grand Theft Auto 5 for fun. And then I played The Wolf Among Us again.
Ooh, look at us going back.
Yeah. It's because for the Halloween spirit, I was like, that might be one of the few games that I do own that I would like to play during Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I have Friday the 13th because of you. And I do have Dead by Daylight. But I'm like, everyone's going to be playing those. Like, I want to do something else. So, and also when I first started playing when I first started playing The Wolf Among Us,
Mm-hmm.
that was the first game I played on Twitch.
Okay, yeah.
So now that I'm like 3 years into Twitch, I wanted to bring that back for people who didn't get this chance to see me. So
Yeah. Yeah, you're revisiting it.
mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it. So with Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm playing it on story mode.
Okay.
Just because I never played it before. I played online once, and it was a chaotic zone of craziness. I was like, never again. As of right now.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. So I just wanted to just play it just as I'm, setting up my PC and figuring stuff out. And I was like, that's something that people enjoy, like Grand Theft Auto 5. So those two. And then just recently I paid for the re-up of Final Fantasy 14. So I have to go and get a HDMI splitter and another HDMI cord because right now I have my PlayStation 4 only hooked up to the PC.
Okay.
And not to the TV. So like when I want to do my own recreational gaming and stuff, I'm only doing gaming based off of the, OBS and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh, that's how I did Metal Gear Solid. So I just I played on stream for like a couple of hours, and then like something shut down, like it didn't save, and then I was like down like maybe 20 minutes of like gameplay, which I was unhappy about. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get off stream, and then I proceeded to play another 5 hours, but I didn't play on the TV. I played literally with the setup, like just on my computer. I was like, this works. I'm like, this works, and TV is free.
Oh yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, and it was weird too because I was like, oh, if on off time, I'm like, I could take my computer to work and bring
And
my
just play it.
PlayStation Classic, yeah, and just like
You can.
I'm like, that's a terrible idea. I'm like, but you could do it. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Now, now, ooh, I was gonna say, now, are you amazed by how Grand Theft Auto 5 looks even now?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a
Yeah.
beautiful game.
Yeah. They went really deep with with everything. Well, I mean, I know I haven't even scratched the goddamn surface of that game, but I just got to Trevor. I'm sorry, Trevor. Right?
Travis?
Travis? Whoever's
Trevor?
the meth head one.
I was gonna say I played it like 3 or 4 years ago. I was in the other apartment.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
bought it on like a Christmas.
so not the rich white dude and not the black guy. It's
Yeah.
the other dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I just got to him and starting his story and how he's like bisexual, basically.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, Yeah, it's a really great series. The sex stuff is great. I had, who was it? Was it Gorilla? I have a family member on Twitch. His name is Gorilla Force, but I call him Gorilla for short. Trevor. There we go.
Trevor, the
Trevor.
crazy one.
Trevor. He
Trevor.
told me when you get to when it's Trevor's house, or I'm sorry, Trevor's like fucking motor home, trailer home. When you get on his porch, there's something on the table, and he told me to like take a whiff of it. And I was like, sure, whatever. It's like huffing gas or something. This motherfucker woke up on the other side of town with no car. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And he's like, I had to do it, Joy. I had to do it. I was like, what am I had to walk, and then eventually I found a car, stole it, and like drove back. But I was like,
Yeah.
yo, how did he just huff gas and end up on the other side of town and no one knows?
He got screwed up.
That's crazy.
He got so screwed up. Yeah.
So I really enjoy it. And I was thinking like after I beat the Wolf Among Us that I would go back to Grand Theft Auto 5. But for the most part, I do want to get my stream, like, I want to say perfect, but clearly I'm still, work in progress. Things are moving around. I'll keep playing GTA 5 just for like shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you need to have that like back pocket game where it's like stream is for us, right? But like this is just like a chill out stream. Basically it's like you playing GTA 5 and like just like a, open chat, you know what I mean? Like just like a fun zone, like I always think that like a really good streamer, like okay, so there are like two levels of streamers, right? So they're like the professional, like, this is how you do the watch me make this play, right? So there's that, like, super intensity. And then there's like the streamers that you go to just because you like their personality. Like it doesn't even matter about the game. You're like, I'm not really like I'm watching the game because you're doing it, but like for the most part, like we kind of want to hear you, like, how you doing? Okay, yeah, tell us about your life.
The noise came back. That's why it scared me.
Oh, for some reason I think it's probably me. I can't hear it.
I know Rodney said a while back it was like the sound is intermittent or something.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, because it scared me. But
I really think it's me.
Joy, you should get read-only memories. I think I have that. I just never played it. Yeah, it's gone now.
Was it me?
It's I don't know. The noise is gone now, but it was weird because it hadn't been back for a while.
It's gotta be me. It's a new headset. It's gotta be me. That's all I keep on thinking is like you changed your headset.
It's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just but yeah, I do have read only. Oh, speaking of games, shoot. As Rodney is here with me. So, like I just mentioned, I'm still tweaking my stream. I'm still doing this and that, whatever. Something happened with my mic and my headset, and I was still live on OBS, just putzing around, playing whatever. And the only way, like the only game that I can like that I felt like I should just put on and not really care about at the moment because I'm not playing it was Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
So I put on Street Fighter 5 initially way back and was just using it to test the punch and do all this stuff. And I could hear, the thing was I couldn't hear the game or I couldn't hear anything in my headset, but everyone else can hear me and the stream fine. So then I was like, oh, this is so annoying, blah, 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 blah. Then I switched to Fall Guys.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, we're playing Fall Guys. I can't hear it. It sucks. It's annoying, blah, blah, blah. Had a good time playing that. And then some dudes were just like being really jerks and like, what is it when you moderate? No, spectator?
Spectator, yeah.
They're like, spectate me, like watch me play. And I'm like, bro, you're in my party and you're like telling me to watch you every 5 minutes. Like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I got off of that and went back to Street Fighter 5 just to test again. Tell me how this man named Smug, which I and Rodney will tell you, but this guy named Smug the Beast rated me with like 600 viewers at like almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
With you not playing a game that you don't know.
Not the fuck at all. And I was like, and I'll send you the picture because Dominic took a picture of me in the moment where it happened. I was like, this my face was just so
Stop it.
it was like raid, it's a Smug raid. I was like, who the fuck is Smug? What the fuck is that? All I'm doing is just being a character that I've literally only played once,
Yeah.
and I'm in the training zone
Oh my
beating up
god.
M Bison, and then in floods all of these people who clearly know how to fucking play and how to do combos. Then it turns into a goddamn training session
Okay.
where they're teaching me how to do combos for the first time, and they're like cheering me on, like, you can do it, Joy, you almost got it. Rodney literally was there from
Do,
jump.
does he like do that? Because that actually sounds really funny.
Does Rodney do that, or does
No, no.
Smug do that?
Does Smug like is that one of Smug's things? Like, oh, like we're gonna go inside this training. You know what I mean? Like, because that's so funny.
Smug is a professional Street Fighter 5 champion. Like,
But
he's won things.
but you know what I'm saying though is that like that would be such a fun thing to do with like your viewer base. Like, oh, this
Oh,
is like a new player. Let's like go in. You know what I mean? Like,
I think. Well,
because that's so funny.
from what I was told, like either Rodney told me. Oh, the noise is back. Either
It's
Rodney.
definitely me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's something. Oh, excuse me. Rodney says he does it regularly.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, that's so freaking funny though.
I mean, it's like he was very like, it was positive. It was really nice, and the people were really nice to me. And after the
Oh no,
and
you're good.
oh, like, and after the stream was over, I messaged him immediately on Twitter, and I was like, "Thank you so much." Like, I didn't want to put it out there because I didn't want it to be like, "Oh, I'm like for views." Like, I'm out here like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" Like, thank you so much for following me and all that. And he asked me, like, we had a legit conversation, like, "Oh, how long have you been playing?" And I'm like, "Sir, this is my first time." I literally put it on. I've always wanted to play, but I never like felt confident to want to try playing. And he was like, "Oh yeah, trust me, I was at that level too. Like, everyone's a beginner." I was like, "Thank you, sir." But I didn't post about it because I didn't want it to, again, to be like, "Oh, I'm just like sucking his dick because he came in my stream and people said something." Like, I didn't post about it on anything. I just posted on my Discord. Like, thank you so much. If y'all were there, like, it's crazy, but I'm not gonna like use his name for that.
Yeah.
So I just left it alone and messaged him on like I said, on Twitter later, and then that's it. But that's the only games that I've been playing.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. And then we'll close it out with some quick TV talk.
Oh, Rodney did say he was going to train me, so that's the thing. Rodney's supposed to train me. He's supposed to be my master in Street Fighter 5.
Oh. Oh, that's so cool.
Right? Thank you, Rodney.
Oh.
Yeah.
I finished Sabrina season 3. That was my Halloweeny like TV show. Oh, as well as Dracula. Dracula. There was like a short little season of Dracula this Halloween time.
Hmm.
The drag show that's like scary.
Oh.
The scary drag show that's really fantastic because I don't like drag. And like I'm like I love this show because it's just like a hot mess.
Yeah.
I love that. And when I say I don't love like drag, I'm not like I hate drag. I'm like I don't have the drag gene, but like
Yeah.
this show is fantastic. Where like they're making like it's like horror themed drag or like super like gross. Where like yeah, it's just like it's gross. It's like it's like art. It's so like
Oh God.
Yeah, no. And then oh my gosh, so with the original seasons, what they did was this season was weird because of COVID, but like the original seasons, like let's say if you were like the bottom 3, if you were like the bottom 3 people, the elimination challenge would be like Fear Factor, where it would be like here's here's like a thing of like cow's brains, like you have to eat the entire thing in order to stay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and I was like, this is fantastic. It's like they have to make themselves look like horrible creatures. They have to make themselves look like horrible creatures. They have to do weird ass challenges, and then if you get close to elimination, you need to like eat like a cow's brain or like spiders or like fucking go skydiving. And if you don't do it, you're out. Like it's
God,
like boom, you're out. Like
that is so drastic.
yeah, I don't know. It was I loved it.
Hmm.
Um, and Rodney watched season 2 of Le Boys.
Yeah, I still have to watch that. I've been saving it. Like I've been putting it like I know I have to watch it, but I haven't sat down and watched it yet. Mostly because I do want to watch it on my big screen here,
Yeah.
but I can't do that yet. So I do want to watch it because that's how I watched The Boys season 1 before. So
Ooh, that's good. When you have like the big nice.
in terms of TV, Bibi has been watching Skin Wars,
Oh, that's good.
and I've been watching Skin Wars
That's good.
because she's watching it. Like I was not interested at all, and then I started watching it because it looked interesting. I was really just. Did you see Skin Wars season 1?
No, you know what? I've seen like little excerpts from it because of Maria. Maria and Julie will just like straight up be like, "Yeah, we watched all the Skin Wars." And like at that time, like Julie was like 6 years old and to hear like a 6-year-old say, "Yeah, we were watching Skin Wars." You're just
Like what?
yeah, like, uh-huh.
Well, I haven't seen season 1. I've only seen season 2.
Mhm.
So it was just like the last episode I personally saw with Baby was when they brought the lady from season 1 into the season 2, and they're just talking like, oh, how is it to be on the other side of the table, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I mainly started watching it because I wanted a certain person off the show, and I was waiting for them to get off the show.
Yeah.
And do you want to guess on who I just hated?
Who did you hate?
Okay, so first off, I hated Fernello, the dude, the 30-year-old from Queens, because that dude's a fucking prick. Like, he literally was like, women are ticking time bombs. Like, N-word, what? Like, what are you saying? Like, literally, shut up. But the lady that I wanted gone the most was that horse bitch. I forgot. Cheryl Ann, whatever the fuck her name is. Shelby, Cheryl, Sharon. Fuck that bitch. She's like, I'm classically trained and I love horses and bitch, go home.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't stand that bitch. Oh my God. And certain things I just wanted to like predict before the judges actually made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to, there was a black guy on there. His name was Rio. Yo, when they took, see, now I'm like invested. When they took the black dude off first before the horse bitch, I was like, yo, I knew they were going to do it. But when he went off, it was like, nah, it's not fair. Like Cheryl Ann, fucking her name's Cheryl. Oh my God. The challenge. So if you guys don't know Skin Wars, just in case, these are like body painting artists. Like they do body paint, they do like the air spray, and they do like physical paint, and they draw designs, and they do all sorts of cool stuff. And one of the challenges was to draw a robot on bodybuilders, like male bodybuilders. And everyone's doing their concept. They have all these cool ideas. The black dude didn't have enough time to do his concept, but his was like, his bodybuilder was like the Secret Service agent for the president. This Cheryl Ann bitch draws a grizzly in the middle of this man's chest and was like, it's like a hippie robot. When the judges specifically said you have to draw a robot and like have gears or like have robot-esque qualities. This went through like circles and swirls and shit. And then he was like, yo, you really voted me off when Cheryl Ann didn't even draw a robot. She drew a grizzly bear inside of a man's chest. What is that? And then the bald-headed white dude was like, we deliberated and you have to trust our decision. And he's like, no. Anyway,
and then you get into like, so with like that, then you have like the weird like dilemma, which is like, do we do the person that cannot follow directions or the person that cannot complete a task in a timely manner?
Yeah.
And then it's like both are bad. Both are legitimately bad.
I was mad that he got let go, but then I was happy when she got let go the next episode. Like, fuck you, bitch. You've fallen on your laurels and shit, and you over here like, oh, I'm good at this. I can do this. I'm classically trained and blah, blah, blah. And but Sir Francis blah, blah, blah would be mad if I didn't do this correctly. Like, bitch, shut up. So annoying.
Goodbye. Go do that at home.
So yeah, other than Skin Wars, I watched Chris Rock's Tambourine special on Netflix, and I feel like that was it. Like, I really didn't do a lot of TV stuff this time around. Yeah.
I was going to say, we can't have it all the ways.
No.
We can't have it all the ways. And then, so Mr. Rodney said that, just to recap, Mr. Rodney with The Boys, he says, it's so graphic with the violence and the sex, but it's so good. And I just looked up some stuff on it. So season 3 for you is confirmed, and apparently a spin-off is in development.
A spin-off with who? Who's involved in it? Oh my god!
It just says I'm on the Wikipedia. I was cheating that way. I could feel like I'm in the know.
Okay,
but I'm not in the know. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna search that up real quick.
Yo, The Boys is like fucking lit. Like it's so graphic and crazy, but it's the show where you love hating superheroes because it is such like so saturated where you're like, oh my god, Superman, super this, Batman, which he ain't no fucking superhero, but like Wonder Woman and this and the Flash and the blah, blah, blah. Like humanity's sucking the dicks of superheroes. I've said sucking dicks at least 3-4 times now.
Yeah, you're
sucking the
dicks. You know what it is? It's because like you're getting into that elite. You're a streamer now. You're a gamer. You're a streamer.
But I'm also drinking, so I'm kind of like sucking dick.
What is that? Wait, what is that?
It's the eggnog and rum chata.
No. I'm just.
Oh,
that looks like a gallon of.
Oh no, it's just like a cup, like a regular glass. Has my name on it.
But, no, I'm saying like because you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. If it tasted like this, it would be in my mouth all the time.
Oh my goodness gracious! And so I was gonna say, you know what? This has been a great distraction and a great show. So I just definitely want to thank Rodney and Mr. Rick and Mr. Crick. Like I got a crick in my neck. Mr. Chris.
Wait,
Mr.
but
Topher.
we didn't even talk about the like legit thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay, that's the last thing. As I start signing off, she's like, no.
No, I had a day. Like I literally had because it actually last time on Dragon Ball Z, like it literally is the pre catching people up on what the fuck happened the last time we talked.
You didn't do that before.
Oh my god.
We got into like your mom.
I know, but then I was like, we're gonna lead up to like the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Which is literally this bullshit that's happening. So last time on Nightcap, before we signed off, you asked me if I was registered to vote. And I said yes. And I've been registered to vote since 2008.
Yes.
After we signed off, I checked the website and my name was not there.
Okay.
So then I called my district's I called fucking Freehold. I called Freehold and I was
Yeah.
like, what's going on? And the lady was like, oh, did you do we sent you. Okay, so here's the thing. So a year ago, they sent me a form because I did change my address. I changed
Yeah.
it temporarily. And they did send me a form saying, hey, you changed your address. Do you still want to be marked off at the address that you had or this new address? I should have taken a picture because
Yeah.
I could have sworn on everything I put that I still wanted to be signed
Yeah.
at my municipal. That's where my parents are.
Yeah.
So when I called this bitch, she was like, no, I have the form right here. And you said that you wanted to be at this new location. And I was like, no, that's not right. Like, I swear. And then I'm like, is there anything I can do about it? And she's like, oh, well, no, you just have to wait another 4 years to vote. And I was like, that's pretty shitty. And I was like, well, can you send me another form so I can vote again? Like, can you send me the form?
Yeah.
Send it to the address so that when I can go, because I told her, I think I said her, but if I didn't, whatever. I told her I'm going to go home on election night, election day, and I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
So cut to today. It's election day. If y'all ain't fucking know. I went straight from where I'm at right now, and I drove. And as I was on my way to my house, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop by the elementary school because that's where I voted.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna say the name because clearly, like, I don't want people to be all up in like where we live. But if
Yeah.
you want me to say it, I'll say it.
No, it's either or. Yeah.
Okay, because there's actually like a couple elementary schools in that area.
Yeah.
So I went to the one that's near my house.
Yes.
And
that's the one that
You
was
go to
made.
your house?
Yes.
So we go to that elementary school to vote. And I was like, something in me, because the way I came
Just gotta
down,
go.
yeah, I felt it. I was like, you know what? And the way that I got off the parkway to go to my house, I got off the parkway on that exit. I got gas at the golf.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going down the same road, I went another way.
Yep.
So then I was like, you know what? Since I'm driving by the school, let me just go in there and just double check that my name is not in that book. So I pulled up. The lady was like, what's your district number? And I was like, I don't know. So I showed her my ID. And then she's like, okay, go look at that map on the wall to see like where you're at, like where your address is. And then you'll see it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So then eventually I go to the table and the table that my district is in has the same old white ladies.
Yes.
That I've seen.
Yep.
Since 2008.
Are you talking about the one with the bangs?
The one with the bangs, the one with the face visor.
Oh wait, face visor's new. The one that looks kind of like Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, the one the other one.
Yeah.
The other one. Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Been there since the dawn of my time.
Yes. Yes.
She is still rocking.
Shoot, she has been there since like because you weren't in this area.
No.
When I used to walk with my mom and go inside the little thing with the like, I used to like my mom used to let me help her vote.
See?
I pressed the buttons.
See, like you said, I wasn't there this whole time, but I've been in multiple elections now. I've seen the same lady.
It's the same, yeah.
I don't know her name by now, but I was talking to her mainly. And I told her, hey, my situation. I'm here to vote. Here's my mom. This is my name. My mom, my dad, and my brother should be in this book, but I should be in this book too. But I wasn't. So then she called over this like big black dude, and he's like a veteran, and he called Freehold himself. It was like, yo, we got this girl here. She's saying she's voting. Her license says her address. What's going on? And then they were like, and then eventually they're like, well, all right, well, she's supposed to vote. Let her vote.
Yeah.
So then the dude was like, you good, sis. And I was like, thanks, daddy. So what happened was I had to fill out a congressional ballot.
Yeah.
Which the bitch on the phone did not say that. And that's what I told Bibi. And I'm like, I'm not fucking crazy. This bitch, at the point in the way that she was talking to me on the phone, she legitimately did not want me to vote. Because why don't they tell you that? Because if I wasn't registered to vote, like I
She
do.
said another 4 years. She didn't give you any options.
No,
She didn't say
no,
that there were any options. I was gonna
no.
say, and when you initially called up, that was like right after the fact. You could have
Yes.
actually, technically, since you were already registered to vote, they would have been able to send you a thing for a address change. And I know that because I know other people that did address changes recently,
Mm-hmm.
and where it said, "Oh, like they send a postcard to people," and it's like we can sense that, like we have a feeling that your address just changed. Like, do you need to
Mm-hmm.
fill out a thing that way you can do a change of address?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I did mine like a year ago, but then
yeah,
I was telling them like, look, I've changed my address because like quarantine, like I was getting stuff at a certain place, mail and blah blah blah.
yeah.
But my license is here. I want everything that's legit to be here.
That's like me.
See? So that's why I was like, what the fuck? So then the lady was like, oh yeah, we have all you have to do is fill out this congressional ballot and just circle all the answers
Hmm.
and you'll be set. You just fold it into the envelope and you're good.
Yeah,
So I was just like, people don't know that.
yeah.
And if I didn't legit go in there my damn
Then you
self,
weren't gonna be. Yeah,
I wasn't going to be counted.
yeah.
And of course, this is what made me even more pissed off because I'm like, on top of the fact, people are, I put this on my Instagram story. If you didn't vote, stop fucking bragging about it. Like, you don't get an award for not voting. Like,
Yeah.
literally, just, it's free. Literally, what the fuck? So, on top of the fact that, yes, no one at this point, no one gives a fuck. No one likes the choices that we have for the
Yeah.
presidency. No one cares. Like, we don't. But it's not just voting for the president. We also had shit on the table to deal with our constitution.
Yeah.
Like, for New Jersey, cannabis. Like, which I voted yes for. Like, do you want to amend the constitution so that we could have recreational cannabis
Hmm.
sold? And I'm like, yes, because not only obviously there's not a bunch of New Jersey people smoking weed and just being high. It's like literally cannabis has so many different uses and not
Yeah.
just that. So the cannabis thing, and it was about our veterans.
Hmm.
I'm like, yes, change it in the fucking constitution that veterans are actually treated like people. Like, people are so concerned about the fucking president. I'm like, you really need to be concerned about the shit that's on the ballot about like shit that we could actually change into law. So I did all that, read the things, circled my circles, and got my sticker. Like, I voted. And then, she said that they were just going to collect them because she did say, like, when you're done with this, give it to us because, and then we put it in this particular area.
It's like processed differently.
Yeah, because she's like, we have to send it off to, I don't know if we have to send it off to Freehold or you have to send
Yeah.
it off. But she's like, if I just left it on the table, like, we don't know what the fuck had happened to it. So like, she didn't say what the fuck had happened to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was saying like, we have a process and here you go. This is what it is. Blah. So yes, thank you so much, Rick. Yes, everything did turn out okay in the end. But legitimately, and I didn't say that I was voting for Trump or voting for Biden. I just was like,
No, there's bipartisan. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who anybody is voting for.
mm-hmm.
You have a right to vote, and if there was, if like let's say if that didn't exist, like if that didn't exist, and if it was too late for like a registration or something, like that would be one thing. But that wasn't the case, and that's the reason why. Or if, for me listening to it, that's what's infuriating for me as a bystander, as your friend, is the fact that there were options and they didn't put any of them on the table. They
Nope.
were like, "Okay, you're shit out of luck. Sorry,"
Yeah.
and it didn't matter who or what. They you could have been voting one side or the other side, and they didn't care. They were just like, "Just leave me alone. I want to." In which case, don't do that job. Don't volunteer doing that. Like,
Right. And I'm like, you work at the office of elections. What you mean? Like, what you
oh, see, Rick is watching out for us.
thank
So
you.
Rick says, "Just settle down. It's all okay." And guess what? It is okay. It's
It is.
okay. You were able to vote. Um, Everything is gonna be fine, and I think that's why today of all days, I was like, "We're gonna put on Doctor Strangelove," or How I Learned to
Mm.
Love the Bomb, because sometimes you gotta find a little humor in life. This too
Oh,
shall
for sure.
pass,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Everything is gonna the dust will settle. It always does.
Yeah, it just honestly like not to say that like I don't deserve it, but like a bitch don't deserve that. Like if
Deserve it.
because what made me mad was legit if I didn't go in there.
Yeah.
And it's not even just obviously yes voting, but voting is free, and that was something that as a black woman I wasn't allowed to do
Yeah.
back in the obviously before I was even born, but just like that's something that as an American, as a US citizen, we should be doing that regardless of the outcome. And for people to
Yes.
just literally be like, "Oh, it's no big deal, whatever." I just find that so infuriating. And especially the idiotic reasons that people do say, "Oh, it doesn't count, it doesn't matter." I'm like, "Yeah, but what? Like you should still do it
Just
though.
do it.
It's
Yeah.
free."
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
So yeah, it just, okay, Rick. I'm just saying.
I was gonna. Ooh, wait a second.
I'm
Oh,
okay.
and then Rick, she's okay.
Good.
uh,
I'm passionate because literally, like,
Rodney's saying, "I'm not paying attention to the counts until after midnight." That's a good idea.
oh yeah.
Um, so that's a very good idea. Rick is like, "Settle down," and Mr. Rodney is saying, "Rick, she's okay."
I'm okay. I'm just like it's just but what also like fueled me like after that was literally I had a conversation with somebody over here and they asked me if I voted and I said yes. And then I asked them if they voted and they said no because they don't like the candidates are crazy. And I'm like, yeah, but the current president in chief called it China virus. Like he called it the Kung flu. Like he distinctively does not like any minorities. Like he says he does, but he literally doesn't. And you mean to tell me like either way, you still wouldn't vote? Like it's still free. Like I was just mad at that part where I'm like, you could just do it though. Like you could just do it. Like it really and thank God for where we are, because like there was no line
Yeah.
at all. Like and I went in the morning, like
Yeah, I was.
11-ish.
Yeah, no, I, I, I voted by mail, so
Oh, okay.
I didn't have to worry about that at all.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, because I always try to keep all my stuff at my parents' house, and I forget
Mhm.
what it was. I actually, for the first time ever, I've recently just changed it. So last year, that was my first year not voting. Yeah,
Okay.
I know, and not voting at that location, and I was like,
I know. It's so odd because
yeah,
when I did an absentee ballot, I did it because I was up in college.
yeah.
But it just felt weird. I'm like, honestly, it's an hour drive. I should have just took the drive and just drove and did it. But I still wanted to, vote. So,
Oh, I was gonna say Mr. Rodney was good. He got the ballot and dropped it off at one of the drop boxes. That's smart. That's smart.
mm,
See, I didn't do the drop box. I was like, it's fine in regular mail. And then I checked it and
mm.
I checked it and they received it.
Okay, because I'm like this USPS
No,
delays and
it's
foolishness.
fine. No,
Bruh.
it actually it was good. I
Okay,
no, because I did it
like months ago.
like a month ago. Yeah. Like as soon as I did it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it now. Like I did it almost immediately. So yeah,
Oh,
there was no
good.
issue and I double checked it. In which case, like if I were to check it and say like, oh, it didn't go through, well, knowing how those freehold people treated you, never mind. But
Mm.
um, yeah. Um,
And you see
I,
how I sound. I don't sound ghetto or anything. Like I don't sound like I ain't got no common sense. Like that's what kind of made me upset too. Because I'm like, not to say that she could see that my name is like just tell that I'm black, but I'm like, you treat everyone like this on the phone.
yes, yes, that's because they're a civil service worker. That's why
That is not
they
okay.
work for the government. Of course, they yes.
That is not okay. Like y'all need training for real.
Mhm.
I can speak like Barbara. Okay, I can
Show,
speak like Diane. I can speak like Patricia. Like it's not a problem. Hi, thank you so much for calling. How are you doing today? Oh my god, really? How may I help you? Like
but
I
the
do that
it doesn't matter. That's how they treat they are.
everyone.
I was gonna say civil service workers. They are colorblind.
Mm,
They treat everybody like shit.
painful,
That's terror.
painful.
All right.
Yeah, but overall, I just wanted to say that like I am also not checking. I checked once and I was like annoyed. I was like, nope. So I'm
Uh,
not checking at
Okay,
all.
Rick. Just confirmed what I said ages like maybe 5 minutes ago. They're volunteers.
Nah, nah, boo. I feel like I spoke to this lady named Diane, and I feel like that bitch is on the website. Like, I think you, I think she works there. Like, I don't know, Diane, Nicole, Patricia,
Maybe because that was the actual freehold, like the blah blah blah. You know
the
what I'm
area.
saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
hope.
the like as opposed to like the volunteers day of.
Oh, because I'm just like, but yeah, yeah. So overall, like everyone else has said, I'm not gonna check either. I had another friend, Rodney. Shout out to Dominic. He was saying like it's stressing him out. I don't need to be stressed either. I already have apparently a migraine or something. So like a traveling migraine, I'm gonna call it. So I'm not gonna worry myself about this
It's fine.
election.
It's
It is what it is.
no matter what, it's fine.
Mm,
It's dust settles.
yeah.
People were resilient.
Mm. Florida, Florida,
Florida, yeah, Florida votes are always super important.
Florida, Georgia, Texas. Y'all need to get your shit together. Like I'm not saying I don't know what Florida. I don't know how Georgia and Texas voted right now, but I know Florida, and I'm like, Florida got a lot of Hispanic people that think they're white that are voting a certain way, and I'm like,
I if well actually if you want to get into that, I was just watching CBS and they were talking about the Cuban population, and they were talking about the Cuban population and about being anti
orange or anti other guy.
yeah, being anti like the communism. Like so that's I don't know. I was just, literally I just had CBS on. And that's
CBS.
why they were talking about that. But as opposed to so the polling numbers for like Puerto Ricans in Florida much
Mhm.
higher for Biden as opposed to the Cuban population which sways the other way and that has to do with that.
Oh yeah.
But it's just boo boo boo. It's just because I literally just watched like because I wouldn't have had those numbers, but I literally they were doing the breakdown of that, and I was like, oh, that actually really does make sense
Mhm.
about like that sort of thing because he's like, yeah, we're gonna get those. You know, whatever he said, bad hombres or whatever, or
Yes.
like, and talking about like the leader, like the bad leader guys. So like that population is like, yes, get those back. You know what I mean? Like, and that like machismo, which is funny because it's not like he's like,
No.
but but he thinks he is, and apparently
Yes.
that kind of like,
Rhetoric.
yeah, but it so whatever. I don't know. I don't know, and that's according to CBS. According like 2 hours ago, they mentioned it. There we go. I'm dropping my what's it called? Source. Put your sources.
Yeah.
Cite your sources. There we go. It's just I because I didn't. That's not fake news because it didn't come out my butthole.
Oh yeah. And I like the fact that, by the way, they're literally fact checking him, and clearly a lot of the things that he said is not. I'm like, duh, no shit. We didn't have to have a fact checker to know that a lot of the stuff that this man has said. You're lucky I'm still calling him a man and not a demon. It's not real. Like the stuff he said is lies. Like what are you talking about? So anyway, I'm just like over it.
Mr. Rodney says,
Over it.
when the dust settles, when the dust settles, and if Trump wins, I'm moving to Japan or Canada. Laugh out loud.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, clearly there's people that said they were going to do that last time and they didn't. It's not like I don't feel like it's going to be the apocalypse because clearly we went through 4 years of this bullshit. So it's I don't think it's going to be the apocalypse, but it's just kind of like, damn. My issue is he's going to win again, and then he's legit going to want to run again, and they're gonna want that. That's what scares me.
I don't.
You
I
said
don't.
that just as strongly as we said he wasn't gonna win the first time, but like literally, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna try again," because he literally wants to be king of America, which is like the most hilarious, like not oxymoron, but it'd be so ironic because literally America was funded by like not like running away from a king.
Yeah, yeah.
But yet he wants to be the king of America. I'm like, you can't do that, bro. Like, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I can't take 4 more years of it either, but I don't want to be anywhere near disabled with my MS. Like, I'm just trying
Yeah.
to, I gotta calm it down. And apparently, like, if he does get 4 more years, I mean, clearly our rights don't matter. Not even to say that we are getting married at any point in time to our babies and our
Yeah.
cupids, but like, do we matter at the end of this? Like, sure, you both are like white, but you're like flavored white, like spicy, but not spicy white. You're like seasoned white, but it's like at the end of the day, you're still kind of part of the minority. You're part of the minority, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I know
And
what
I
you're
know
saying.
that you knew that you were, but it's just like that kind of sucks. We're looking
It's
at it.
it's called other.
Yeah,
It's not. I wouldn't say minority. I would just say other,
you're in the other
or
category.
even if you want to actually make it sound grosser, the undesirable
Uh,
category, like the people that it's like, oh well, we don't want X, Y, or Z. You know what I mean? Like that would be
yeah.
considered like undesirable, right?
Oh yeah, and that's why I'm like we're part of that.
Yeah,
Where excuse me, even though like yeah, we're clearly human beings and we have feelings and
yeah,
rights, but it's like will he like literally he'll just take I feel like he is gonna like want to shoot for that, like get rid of that, get rid of the gay marriage thing. Not even like for real, like I don't plan on getting married in the next 5 years, but still
yeah,
I like it to be a fucking option. Um like the whole pre-existing condition thing, I'm kind of like motherfucker, we all got pre-existing conditions. Like, what the fuck? Like, what you mean?
yeah,
Like, if my MS gets worse, this COVID, everybody gonna have a fucking pre-existing condition. Like,
yeah.
what you, like, I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. Like, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to go to bed.
Yeah, no, go ahead. We gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to at least talk about it a little bit.
It's so funny, and I was the opposite. I was like, we're having a good show. We're not going to talk about the selection as much as I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm
And I
not going
wanted
to.
to.
I was like, I don't wanna. I'm like, we had a good show, and then I was like, she's going to talk about the voting, and I was like, that's okay. She's going to talk about her experience. Somebody in Freehold probably treated her really shitty because that's what they do to people, and then it's going to be good. Rodney's like, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
We got a little bit. Oh, okay. So I'm going to do this right. O Yasa ni Masai.
Oh, Yasumi Nasai.
O Yasami Nasai.
No. Oh, yeah.
O Yasumi Nasai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sumi na sai.
O Yasumi Nasai.
Yeah, because you know what it is like when you actually look at the symbols and you see it like and you separate it like oh ya su mi na sai like it's not as bad.
Sai. Okay.
It just looks long, but like once you break it down, it's kind of like
Yeah.
oh ya su mi na sai like that's really what it is like breaking it down with the symbols. If there were symbols, it and if you knew katakana, I mean hiragana, it would be a lot easier, but. It's okay. Oh, yes,
That's why I say Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, sayonara.
Oh, we love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Ah, all I have to say is, Joy, calm down.
A bitch is calm.
I was gonna say you know what it is. Rick worries about you, and so do I.
True. I worry about Rick. He's in Florida. Like,
I know.
I hope he's okay. I'm worried about y'all, but
Yeah.
I'm calm. I'm tranquil. I'm going to chill. I'm going to breathe. I had my drink.
I love it. It looks like she's in the Blair Witch Project. Just, it's election.
I'm gonna be okay, guys. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, I'll be good. I promise. I'm just gonna like hang out with baby and go to sleep. Like that's all I need to do, really. Oh, and read. I just want to read. I want to read my books.
Read. Be analog. You know what? You can put restrictions on your phone. Just use it for texting and calling, just like being April. Do it.
Huh. Just like being
Yes.
April.
Like when I used to do it in April.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Unplug.
Yeah, I need it. I need it. Bye.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
I know it's the wrong music.
Nightcap. Yeah.
Well, it's because nobody gets to listen to this song.
Right now, the end. Or whiskey or gin. Nightcap. You don't have to be coy. Nightcap. Here's Ricky and Joy. Yay. Do do do.
Bye.